You got to be careful who's in your circle, because just because someone's in your circle does not mean they're in your corner. Someone can be in your circle and not be in your corner. You got to be very aware about that. Okay? Baby, nobody stole anything. You gave it away. You volunteered to be the prey in that situation. We need to stop blaming people for our lack of street smarts when dealing with other people in this cold, dark world. You need to have a level of street smarts, intuition, and really, really good thinking skills to survive when you're in a world with other people. So let's stop blaming. No, that woman didn't steal your husband or start sleeping with your husband. You were inviting a snake to come into your house around you and your husband because you trust people so much. Let's not blame the other woman. Let's blame you. You let your guard down. You left your door open. We're not going to blame her. Why did she even get close enough to your marriage to begin with? Why was she in your house while you and your husband were there to begin with? There's limits. There's street smarts, and there's certain limits that you have to have with other women. There's certain limits, especially with women. There's invisible rules you need to have when it comes to women. I had another thing the other day where somebody was like, oh, this other creator is, reposting your videos, whatever. Listen, I know how women get down. That's why I don't collab with them. It's all about stealing from another person or trying to replicate. They're always replicating my brand and the way I do my business. That may offend certain people, but the minute you let a woman in on your business plan or what you're doing to collab and be partners with her, I promise you she's going to try to steal your clients and steal everything that you do. It's all about replication, usually when it comes to women. And I'm not going to be anyone's prey. It's eat or be eaten in life. I know that. That's why I move the way I move, because a lot of people in life are relying on you. People are relying on you to put your guard down. People are relying on you to be naive. Women rely on you to not be able to read in between the lines to destiny swap. That's why I've had a lot of women in the past who don't like me, because they thought I was dumb. They thought they were going to come into my environment and take over. They thought that I was going to do the fake friendship thing so they can learn my tea and run with it. I know women very well, and I know the distances that I have to keep them at if they're not evolved, high value, ascended women. So you are the predator or the prey in life, ladies and gentlemen, and you have to make a decision to not be that. And in this video, you're going to learn how. You don't want to ever be the prey. I was having this conversation the other day with a family member of mine, and it was so interesting when I spoke to her about it. I was letting her know that a lot of times in life, we can become the prey, either voluntarily or involuntarily. And what really encouraged me to make this video were two things that I saw running rampant on the internet. The first thing was all of the victims of Sean Combs. And the second thing was the story of Amaya Cologne, who started sleeping with her friend's husband and caused them to get a divorce. And now Amaya is with her friend's husband, ex-husband. A lot of times in life, ladies and gentlemen, we must have street smarts. You need street smarts in life to not get played in the type of world that we live in. You have to be very strategic, very smart, very, in a way, you have to be very eerie and weary of people. And you have to learn how to put two and two together, because if not, you will be the prey of the situation. And I'll even use myself as an example. A lot of people were like, oh my God, like she's smart, she's pretty, she's intelligent, all this stuff. But a lot of people also don't know that I have a lot of street smarts because I was raised by my grandmother, who was technically like an orphan. You have to pick which role you want, victim, or you are going to be on the opposite side of that, where you are not a victim. So you have to pick which role you want. And honestly speaking, praise rarely get justice, so don't be one. It's very rare that we will see a prey get justice. They usually have to walk around and watch the people who dismantle them, harm them, hurt them, cross them, live wonderful, happy lives. Some of you guys probably see that with your exes, your old family members that did a lot of mental harm to you that you are trying to undo, and they're just living these happy, balanced lives. A lot of times, the prey doesn't get justice. That's just the reality. How many women have went out on dates with men that they met on dating apps, and the man did what he did, and the woman's missing 15 years later? Where's her justice? But when you put yourself in the position to be someone's prey, then you lose. So pick which role you want. Never be on the receiving end of someone's wickedness and malice. She went on tour and she ordered food. When the food got to her, it's because people are weird. And at a celebrity level, at an A-class celebrity level, you can't trust anyone. The more money, the more fame, the more success you get, the less you trust. Everybody should know that rule. You don't trust more as you go up the ladder. You trust less because people want to pull you down to where they are, or if not below them. So she didn't eat it, and I wasn't surprised that she didn't, because I'm an island girl too, and in the islands, a lot of people remove people from the land of the living from food and putting things in food and acting like they like you. Hey, I made you this, plantains and fried pork here. And you're like, oh, okay. And the person, something's in the food you don't even know. And then the next day you just don't wake up. I personally do not eat from people. My grandmother taught me that also at a young age. I don't eat from anyone. Unless it's like a pizza that everyone's having, that's different. But if someone brings me food or cookies or tries to send me a cake or something like that, it goes in the trash because I don't eat from people. It's a way that I've learned to preserve myself, because people, you don't know what they're willing to do or how they feel about you. So I don't eat from people. So, and then she didn't eat the food, and come to find out, allegedly, that some people in the industry were trying to put you-know-what in her food to take her out. And they paid this person over several thousands of dollars to put something in her food and ensure that she eats it. Her team found out that was the plan. Don't trust anyone. Don't be anyone's prey. Don't volunteer to be someone's project. Do not volunteer to be someone's punching bag. Do not volunteer to be the person that someone decides they want to bully. You are the predator or the prey, in the words of Hunger Games. It's your job to watch your back and your front. Look at what happened to Amaya Cologne and her friends. Why would you be a woman who's married to a successful man, and you make a decision to trust your friend enough to be bringing her around your husband, knowing the group that she frequents is popular for being home wreckers? So Amaya was the predator in that situation. Her friend was the prey. Portia was the predator. Fallon was the prey. Ladies, why are you letting your guards down? Why are you doing that? Your guard should always be up. You should always be careful when it comes to people, because you don't know what they have up their sleeves. And when they snatch your opportunity, snatch your man, take something from you, don't blame them, blame yourself. Because you put yourself in a position voluntarily to be someone's prey because you lack street smarts in that situation. When I was 20 years old, I had a friend that tried to get me trafficked. Okay? Trafficked. This friend tried to get me trafficked. And in that moment, if I didn't have street smarts and I said, I'm going to be someone's prey today, that's exactly what would have happened. I pulled up to the location. It was sketchy. Nobody was there. A bunch of cars started pulling up, knocking on my windshield, asking me questions, a whole group of men. And I put my foot on the gas so quickly that they literally almost got hit if they didn't move out the way. And I never spoke to that friend again. You have to make a decision that you won't be anyone's prey. And sometimes the roles will reverse. You have to ask yourself, eat or be eaten. That's how life is. You eat or you get eaten. Especially when you're dealing with human beings. If you give people an inch, they're going to take a mile or a yard. Okay? If you let people slide once, they're going to start ice skating. Okay? Like they're on a hockey team. Anytime you're dealing with people, you have to ensure that you are not the prey in the situation. Because people rely on your ignorance. They rely on your bad judgment. They rely on you lacking, paying attention to details. They rely on you lacking street smarts. They rely on all of that to entrap you. That's what they rely on. Ladies and gentlemen, even when you're out in public, are you looking around before you pull out the parking lot? Because you could pull out the parking lot and another car pulls out right behind you. I've had that happen to me so many times. And this person's following you and you don't even recognize it. Because you live your life thinking that you're not watching your surroundings, ladies and gentlemen. You are the predator or the prey. Look at all those victims of Sean Combs. You're going to a party for the first time. You're partying with all these celebrities. You don't know them. You don't drink. Alcohol is such an easy way for people to get substances in your system that you didn't agree to take. I think about that story with Rihanna when she went to go and sign her music deal at 3 a.m. As a 16-year-old woman, it should occur to you mentally, why am I going to go meet with 3 men at a hotel at 3 a.m. in the morning to talk business? I'm not taking her story away from her. I'm not taking it away. And I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying that if we just used our minds a little bit more and we realized how the world worked a little bit more, we wouldn't fall into these strange situations. When you have street smarts, you're like 3 a.m., 3 men? No. I'm about 100 pounds. They're all going to jump on me and rip my clothes off. No, thank you. We can meet during the day. At 12, when I can bring my mother and father with me because I'm a kid. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand the kind of world that we live in? And how cautious you have to be with yourself and your family to ensure that you are not anyone's prey. This applies in the workplace as well, where they turn a particular colleague into the prey. All the extra work goes on you. All the extra loads go on you. Anytime they need someone to come in and fill in something, everything is on you. They chose you to carry the heavy loads of your department. Are you going to agree to that? Or are you going to walk out of there? You have to never underestimate people's motives, ladies and gentlemen. Never underestimate, especially as women, don't underestimate how far someone is willing to go. That is something that I think is the most popular that I see with women, is them underestimating how far somebody is willing to go. That is a big no-no. You never underestimate how far somebody is willing to go in regards to you and your life. I remember I was in the TJ Maxx a couple of weeks ago, and I'm walking into the TJ Maxx, and I see a man who's like, oh, hey, sexy, and just saying all these provocative, nasty words, and I ignore him. I walk into the TJ Maxx, he starts cursing at me, throwing F-bombs at me, being disrespectful. I keep it pushing. Now, a lot of times when someone sees a woman, a beautiful woman, and a beautiful black woman on top of that, they automatically assume that you are not protected and that they can say and do whatever. And I'm very aware. I'm very strict when it comes to my safety because I know the way the world works. So I walk in there. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, please get your licenses to carry. I mean, not in a negative way where you're going to go around doing negative things, but especially women. Women, biologically, we are weaker than men. So you need to protect yourself, especially if you work late at night, if you work graveyard shifts, if you're in big parking lots by yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you're walking home late from the club, ladies, by yourself to wait for your Uber. You need to protect yourself. I walk in there and he's cursing, yelling, cursing, screaming. I walk out. He's still there, waiting for me. I get in my car. He gets in his car. I said, okay, this is why I have my license to carry, because I'm not going to be anyone's prey in this world. I will never volunteer to be anyone's prey, and I will not allow anyone to make me their prey. And that's a decision, ladies and gentlemen, that you have to make. What do you need to do to keep yourself safe in any given situation? Even family. When family decides to hate on one member, mentally abuse you, bully you, hurt you, talk down on you, try to dismantle you, dim your light, they're making you their prey. I was my family's prey. That's why they got the boot. Because I won't be anyone's prey. That's not how I live my life. In a prey in a prey point of view, being a prey, allowing people to step on me and take advantage. I don't live my life in those kind of circumstances. I'm very aware of the world and how it works. And if you allow someone to make you their prey, they will be that. You will be that. Your life will completely transform when you separate yourself from those kind of family members and you stand in your power, in your light. Your light's not being dimmed. No one's bullying you, talking down on you, making you feel bad about yourself. You're not dealing with that when you separate yourself from those group of people. And that's what I did. And it was the best decision I would have ever made, or I could ever make. And I'm not going backwards. I'm not going back there. I'm only moving forward in life. I'm not going back. I'm only moving ahead. Don't be the prey of your family. Don't be the laughing stock. Get out of that situation. Because if you stay, you are picking to be a prey for other people. Never be a casualty, and always stay on guard and use intuition. If you're ever in a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where you feel like a friend isn't really a friend, or you're going out with a guy and you feel like he doesn't have the right motives, you should get out of that situation. Portia, Fallon, Amaya Cologne and her friend, I'm not going to allow... Okay. I know what they'll do. They will do anything, literally anything, to tear you apart or tear you down. They don't care how much money it costs. They will do whatever it takes. Women have no limitations as to how far they'll go when they are jealous of another woman. So with Portia and Fallon and Amaya Cologne and her, like those things, I'm saying it wouldn't happen because I would never trust a woman enough to be around me and my husband and to be around my family. I'm at home with my husband and my kids. You're not going to come and stay over or sleep over, or I don't live my life that way because I understand the type of things that women are willing to do and how they secretly will want your life and will do anything to destroy what you have going on. The problem with women like Fallon and Amaya Cologne's friend is these are women who still don't understand the female gender yet. They still don't understand the extent that women are willing to go. They don't understand how jealous women are. Because if they did, they wouldn't put their husbands or themselves in a situation to have a home wrecker come in. Portia's walking all up to Fallon's house. Oh, 3 Rolls Royces, high ceilings, rich African. I want her life. I want to live like her. I want a man who's going to buy me Rolls Royces. I want this life. That is how women think. And they don't mind wrecking any place to get it. It's your job as a woman to keep them out of certain spaces because you know their traits. You know their traits. I remember I had a makeup artist, and I would always have funny feelings about this young lady. Just feelings of just jealousy and envy, but I would always ignore it. I was much younger back then. There was a time this lady did my makeup, and the next day I had a rash on the side of my face. It was disgusting. I don't know if she dipped the makeup brush in poop, if she dipped the makeup brush in toilet, if she threw it outside and then used. That's the type of stuff that women do when they're jealous of you. They want to deform you in some way. That's why when you're a beautiful woman and a woman fights you, what do they go for? They go for your face. They want to scratch up your face. That's the first target because women, they're so jealous. They're so jealous. For women, it's all about looks. It starts with looks and it ends with looks. Doesn't matter how old they are. They want to see if they can, deform you in some way so they can feel better about themselves. You will go to the hair salon. They will purposefully burn the side of your face with the curling wand and tell you it was an accident. Or purposefully do your makeup extra heavy and clowny and tell you, oh, it looks good, it looks good. Do you know how many makeup artists don't even tag their girls that they do their makeup on? They don't tag them because they're jealous. Same thing with hairstylists. I remember I was on this one lady's page. She's a famous makeup artist in London. She has all these beautiful women that she does makeup for. I said, you have all these beautiful women. Why don't you ever tag them? We're all in the comments asking who's this person, who's that person. You never respond to anyone. Tag these beautiful girls. I left that comment because I hate that. You're so insecure that you can't even tag the beautiful person in the photo. You're a hater. And these are the women that women these are the women that women go to have them put their hands on their face. Letting an envious woman touch your face. Do you know how dangerous that is? I remember Shanika Adams shared a very interesting story on her live where she spoke about how she ordered a custom wig from a girl in another state, and the girl sent her the wig, and when she opened the box of the wig, it was wet and soggy and growing mold in it. It stunk. It was disgusting. It had like glue in it. She literally green stuff in it. And when I was commenting, I said, throw that wig away. Throw it away. That is the kind of stuff that a lot of women and men, but a lot of women do out of their jealousy and their envy. They want to make you a prey. You are their prey and they're coming for you. And if you're not careful, you will end up falling into their trap, like what happened with Selena and Yolanda. You cannot volunteer to be anyone's prey. You cannot volunteer to be that. I'll give you an example. There was a time I stopped being friends with 2 of my friends in high school. I stopped being friends with them, and we had a mutual friend. She never did anything to me, but I'm a one band, one sound kind of person. You still vibe with them, so you can't vibe with me, right? So she randomly sends me a DM like 2 years later. Hey girl, I have a table at so-and-so club. Bring your friends. It's going to be fun. And in my head, I'm like, this is a setup. My mind automatically thinks that way because I know people, right? And I'm not easy prey. I'm very, very difficult to target. Very difficult because I'm not easy prey. And I'm like, this is a setup. And I just opened the message. I kept it moving. And that night, I watched her story, and it was those two girls that I ended on bad terms with that was at the table. So she wanted me and my friends to walk into a situation where these girls would either say, get out of our table, or even try to probably fight us. I don't know. But I didn't walk into that because I'm not stupid. In life, you are the predator or the prey. Look at what happened to Tupac and Biggie getting set up by, allegedly, set up by Diddy. You got to be careful who's in your circle, because just because someone's in your circle does not mean they're in your corner. Someone can be in your circle and not be in your corner. You got to be very aware about that. Okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You have to decide, ladies and gentlemen, in this life that you will not be anyone's prey. You won't. You won't be anyone's prey. Okay? Don't let that happen.